Well, we believe we're closing in on a contract to build the house. And they say shortly after we sign, they'll be able to start digging dirt. So our mission today is going to be put in some bamboo to run the wires on, high enough we can drive vehicles under them, and out of the way so we can do construction on the house and a wall. Now, we're going to lay it out in such a way that I think we'll be able to just, if it's in the way, we'll be able to just pull the bamboo up and move it over if we need to let them build the wall, the retaining wall, pull them up, move them over out of the way to get the house built or whatever. But so we're going to try to set it up so it's a little bit flexible. I just need to make sure I got plenty of wire to get around the build site over to the other side of the house to the well. Today, I'm running power from the pole. I'm putting on temporary post, bamboo. I'm running them straight across to the front of the pickup there. I've already got the holes dug because I wanted to get those dug before it got too hot out. So I did those first and before I took the time to make a video. So I got the holes dug across here, across the end, and then back up over to the well. And the reason I did that is because I want it to go around the house build, but yet stay on this side of where they're going to put that wall in. So one thing about it, I am going to secure the wires to the top of these bamboo via drilling holes through the bamboo and zip tying the wire to it. But if we need to move it, it'll be very easy. We just basically dig a new hole, pull it up, move it over, stick it in. If we need to move it back, we move it back. So it'll be somewhat versatile. If you recall, those of you that followed us through the land prep last spring here in Thailand, you know that we left a big spool of wire up here on this pole. And I left that wire here because the intent was to use that to run underground from that box on the pole over and come up in that utility room in the house. At this point, I think I've got enough wire to run this and then have enough left over to still run underground to feed the house. Right now, I'm going to get the wire out. There's 2 rolls. I'm going to run one of them out around here, see what I got left, and then make a decision whether I'm going to cut that wire and have enough to run into the house, or if I need to just go buy some temporary wire for around here. That is 35 millimeter wire, which is the heavier wire. I would like to keep that to run underground. But if I don't have enough left out of this here, then I'll probably just save the whole thing, because I want to leave this well hooked up while we run the wire underground, because that's one of the first things we're going to have to do is get that wire underground before we put the footings of the house in. Or at least that's my plan. I don't know what the builder's going to think, but that's how I think we should do it. But at least get the conduit under the house, and we can maybe lay the rest of it later. But yeah, I just want to make sure I got enough wire available when the time comes to feed that wire into the house. So with that said, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get that wire rolled out and see how much I got left. As you can see behind me, I got my poles in, my wires hung all the way around. I did put, I don't know if you can see it in that corner, I did put an anchor. They call it a sling here, but we call it an anchor cable in the US. Out to that post, put one on that corner out to a stake. And I'm probably going to put one here out to this post or a stake, one or the other, just to help support all this, keep it from collapsing. But we barely got enough wire on that second string to get over there. So I'm going to have to put my little disconnect panel that I have over there right at the bottom of that last piece of bamboo, and then just run the well wire over there for now. This here I just got tied off to the pole, but it's literally ready to just run up through the bottom of that box and hook it up. I'll anchor it to the pole so there's no tension on the bottom of that box, but we'll just feed it up through there. This is powered now. It is shut off, so we don't have power here, but we'll just feed it up through there and tie it in with these 2 wires right here. Power it on whenever we need it. I am going to put an outlet like this in the other box over there. So for construction, we'll have outlets here and there. So once I get this wired in, all I got to do is go get the well drop it in, tie in the well controller, and then just tie in the little 60 amp panel or 60 amp shutoff I have back there. Just run 2 wires from that over to the well controller. He'll be ready to pump water. And I think that's going to be next week's project. So as I said, we think we're getting ready to sign on a deal to build a house, and they said they can start right away. And they also given us an offer on this wall. We haven't seen it yet. And they said as soon as we get that, they can start on that. So I want water here when they're ready because I don't want to hold them up. So that's what I got for now. We'll get back with you when we get this electrical done. I got it wired. Temporary reminder. This is temporary, so not looking for showmanship here. Got all the wires all the way around. Hardwired to the pole. Hardwired here. All I got to do is get in here, get an outlet put in there, and then run 2 wires out for a controller for the pump. So we're ready to go for the well now. And that will probably be next week. And with that, I'm going to call this project a wrap. Thanks for joining us, Paradise in Thailand.